Bonjour, it's February, and that means love is in the air this month at Theme on Screen.
That's right. Join me, your host, Paul Gursky, as we explore the movies we love that are all about falling in love.
So whether it's meet cutes, friends to lovers, or the sound of the paddle on little Timmy Chalamet's ass, we're exploring some of our favorite romantic tropes and the movies that define them.
So cuddle up with that person that you love and join us as we explore Theme on Screen. Well, everyone, we have made it to episode 15. I do have to say this is going to be our last episode, but
Why do you have to say that? What is that?
I just thought you wanted to quit. You had a look on your face like, I'm done with this.
No, I was shoulder shimmying. What is that? But that doesn't mean I want to quit.
Well, never mind, everyone. We're going to keep going with this podcast.
Actually, we just decided right here, right now, we're going to give you an episode 16. I'm so sorry we worried you, listeners.
Well, I mean, one of us is going to give you an episode 16. One of us is not involved in the next episode. So stay tuned to find out who dies.
Well, I didn't do it. It just happened. The death, the part of the death, whatever that is.
Let's get back to episode 15. We don't need to worry about episode 16 until next week. So,
All right.
Hi, Katelynn. How's life?
Life is decent. Yeah, I don't really have anything bad to report. I think it's just been a week. I've been remarkably hungry with little to eat in the house, and I guess that's my fault. Like, we could definitely go to the grocery store. It's just, I don't want to. Do you ever get to that point where you just scrape the bottom of the fridge? It's like, all right, let's just eat
there's
this.
really nothing I hate more than grocery shopping. Katie is pretty opposed to
Yeah.
using Instacart because she hates paying extra money for things. So
Mhm.
I don't know. Every time I go with her to the store and we pull up into the parking lot, I'm just like, I wish I were dead.
It's just
Like,
dread.
This is
Yeah.
the worst experience ever.
I know. And nothing is like what I want it to be. Nothing is good. And then it's like, well, I want this to be the best version of this thing. And it's like, that's so expensive. And it's just, you can't even leave the house.
Well,
frankly.
it's a time of year when it's better to just hibernate. But how's your Super Bowl?
I mean, it was fine. We didn't originally plan on watching it. John really didn't give a fuck. And honestly, I didn't either. I felt like there was zero hype over the actual game portion. That I saw, I guess, at least. And I wish it was the Lions, obviously. But we ended up watching, and it was pretty decent. And the halftime show I thought was great.
So you watched the Turning Point USA halftime show. How was
I
Kid Rock?
did, yeah. I thought Kid Rock was so good. I was so happy that he wore jorts in the middle of winter. I thought that was a real statement. And no, get that fucking hat off your head. Don't even tell him that you're from here. We don't claim this motherfucker. Like, we don't want him. Get that hat off. I watched Bad Bunny, and now I'm a Bad Bunny fan. I'm a Bad Bunny honey.
Oh, I like the rhyme.
Yeah, thanks. I just
Is
made it
that
up.
a thing people say, or did you just make it up?
I don't know. Did I?
I honestly don't know. I don't know enough about
don't know.
Bad Bunny to tell you. Yeah, that was the only part we watched. We didn't watch any of the game, but Katie wanted to watch the halftime show, so we tuned in for Bad Bunny,
Yeah.
and it was enjoyable.
Would you say you're a Bad Bunny honey now?
No, I wouldn't. I'm still not
Oh,
going to
okay.
listen to
Mhm.
Bad Bunny,
Yep.
but it was still
Yep.
fun, you know. I can listen to someone sing in Spanish for 15 minutes without getting upset.
Yeah. Y'all didn't have a problem with the Macarena. Didn't hear anybody mad about that. Or
Well, how could you be?
didn't Shakira do a little bit in Spanish too? It's fine. It doesn't, you know what? It was good.
When you're watching Shakira, you're just worried about the hips and whether or not they're lying. So it
Yeah,
doesn't really.
that's
She
really
speaks
what
a
it comes
universal
down to.
language, and it's hot.
It's hips.
Yeah.
It's hips and hot. She is hot. Do you want to I love our silence. Do you want to talk about what movie we watched?
So
before we
went to see a
do
movie,
anything
didn't
else?
we?
Oh, we sure did.
We
We
went
made our
to
way.
the movie theater to see a movie on the big screen, and we made it through the entire thing without hearing other people talk,
Yeah.
and we had a great time.
It was marvelous. Like, before we get into our movie, but we were obviously very nervous. You know, any listener knows our hesitancy with going to the theater, and so we waited till the last minute. I think that was probably part of what made this better. Maybe Paul, was us waiting to see how many people were in there, picking our seat appropriately, and also going on like a weekday because only real kind of, I feel like real people who care about the movie go on those days. Weekends are for the fun.
Yeah, it was a Thursday, I think, and
Hmm.
it's kind of dicey when they do the $5 Tuesdays because a lot more people tend to go, but a Thursday night paying full price. I also think we went to a different theater. I think people don't really like the theater we went to that much because it is kind of a little bit old and dated, so, and I think it's just more expensive. I think you're paying more for less quality, but I was okay with it because we got to watch the movie. So what did we watch?
Well, this is what's so funny is you put it in the notes and just wrote send help. And I thought you needed help with the questions. So I deleted it all. But it was actually that we just saw send help. I thought this was fantastic, disgusting fun. I thought it was so good. What did you think?
It was a lot of fun, and I think disgusting is a very apt way to put it because there were several really gross out moments where I just
Hmm.
turned to look at Katie and she was cringing, and that's
Yeah.
always fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Just, I mean, without too much spoilers, there's blood, there's bones, there's, barf. I don't know. I just thought it was just like, if you can handle it, like I was telling friend of podcast, other Katelynn about it. She goes, yeah, no, I'm not watching that.
No,
I
that's
just
not for
thought it
her.
was, yeah, she was like, I'm glad I'm not going to see that one. That one's gross. Um, I would see it again. I thought it was
I would see it
just right
again
on the
too.
edge of me gagging,
Yeah, I
right
heard a
on the
lot of
edge.
people say that if they saw it in 3D and the 3D was used really well. I'm generally not a 3D person.
I didn't
I
even know
don't
it
think
was 3D.
I don't think I've seen a movie in 3D since the original Avatar came out.
Oh,
Because
yeah, me
generally
neither.
I
Spy
think just
Kids.
okay. Well, I don't remember when Spy Kids 3D came out, but good for you.
Long enough. Yeah. No, I think I saw the Avatar, but yeah, that would be gross, especially the one part where there was vomit. That'd be gross.
Yeah. So
And
maybe.
it was super original. I didn't really know what was going to happen. I was very surprised by the ending. We all were kind of like,
Hmm.
I just thought it was a fun time. If you haven't seen it yet, we would recommend.
Yeah, it was fun, and it's just nice getting a fun original movie, not a sequel, not based on a toy, just
Yeah.
some weirdos cooked up a fun idea, and we'll let Rachel McAdams cook.
Let her cook. That would probably be my only gripe is that they went out, they were trying to make her ugly and a loser and embarrassing. And then as the movie went on and they were more time on this island, I'm like, she just looks cuter and cuter. Her hair's getting a little curly. Like she just looks so darling. And
Well, I think that's kind
it's
of the point of the movie. She's coming into her own on the island,
yep, exactly.
but you can't make
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams look bad. That would take.
You can't make her look bad.
I don't know. You might
Except for
need like
maybe the tuna, the little tuna
yeah.
right there.
I guess maybe like Guillermo del Toro dressing her up like a Frankenstein's monster or something. If he gives her the Jacob Elordi treatment, maybe she could look bad. I don't know, but big fan, big fan.
Yeah. He was really gross as the monster. That was
Oh God.
gross.
Okay, well that was the movie that we saw, and I honestly just felt so good to see something in the theater and see it with my friends and enjoy my night. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't have anything to complain about.
And we ordered popcorn, and we haven't done that in a while. And I'm sure you guys haven't either, just because you anticipated negativity, so you didn't have another popcorn ready to go. The popcorn's good there at this theater.
I enjoyed it, and I would go. I mean, it's not like that was the first time I've ever been to see a movie there. I've seen a movie with you multiple times there, but I
Hmm.
don't know. It was just kind of nice that it wasn't super crowded, but there were other people because I do like seeing movies with other people as long as
Yes,
they're respectful. So
as
yeah,
long as
A
you're quiet.
plus. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so one thing I wanted to do is just give you a chance real quick to reflect on the passing of James Van Der Beek. Obviously, I know you were
Oh,
a bigger Dawson's fan than me. But I did watch Dawson's Creek for like the first two seasons when I was younger, and I really liked the show Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23, which he was an integral part of. So, yeah, we
yeah, I
just
heard
wanted
that was
to
pretty good.
talk about JVDB real quick because unfortunately we lost him this week, and um, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I'm just really sick and tired of opening my phone and seeing so and so passed away. Like, if I could just have a moment reprieve, that would be great. I'm heartbroken. I really am. I've probably watched Dawson's Creek all the way through maybe 8 or 9 times. And I know that's like a lot. And you're like, no, Caitlin, you can't possibly do that. No, yes, you can. Um, and I have like very fond memories of it would play on TBS super early in the morning. And so what I would do is I would stay up all night and watch Degrassi when it would be on the end, and it would end at like 3 in the morning. And then I would like maybe sleep for a little bit, and then I'd wake up again and watch Dawson's Creek, and they'd play like 2 or 3 episodes every morning starting at like 6 a.m. I don't know why. I just did it. And that was my summer for like 1 year. Um, I always loved Dawson. I love James Vanderbeek. I think he's a great guy. He leaves behind, 6 kids, and they're struggling too. I saw I mean, the medical bills kept piling for him, and so I know that a lot of people gave to the GoFundMe, and he will be he will be missed. Sorry.
That's okay. I will miss him too, and 48 is just far too young, so
It's crazy.
rest in peace, James. And I guess we forgot to talk about Catherine O'Hara last week too. I meant to bring that up, so that's another.
You don't want to see me during that one.
But yeah, she's someone that probably I was more familiar with a lot of her work than I was James Vanderbeek, just because Schitt's Creek was such an important show to me. And then obviously when we were kids, big Home Alone fans. We touched
Yeah.
on that when we covered Christmas month, but also just a really important actress in my life, and I'm very sad to see her go as well. So I just wanted to touch on those two real quick.
Yep. If you guys
So fuck you,
need
2026.
any recommendations for Catherine O'Hara, I know if you love her, you've seen them, but make sure you're watching Beetlejuice. Make sure you're watching Home Alone. Make sure you're watching Schitt's Creek.
Best in Show.
Best in Show. And most recently she did a few episodes of the Last of
The
Us. I almost
Studio.
want to say This
yeah,
Is
she was
Us.
in The Last of Us.
Oh, you know what? I haven't watched that one yet, so yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
stop
This
fucking with
year,
me. 2026,
I'm
please
over
leave me
it.
alone. It's trash. Let's talk about some lighter stuff. I added some love questions. Do you have a particular one you would be interested in answering?
I'm looking at my outline. I don't even know what questions you added.
Oh, you didn't even know what I wrote?
No.
Okay. I wanted to know what your love language is. Do you know them all?
My friend James once told me my love language was telling people that I hated them and then making them a sick mix CD. So I'm gonna go with that.
Did you do that to him?
Yeah, all the time. He got so many cool mix CDs from me. I did
Sick.
that for Katie too when we first started dating. I think she might still have it somewhere, maybe.
Oh my God, you guys should listen to it for Valentine's.
I know what they are. I just any of the like pseudo Christian stuff that maybe it's.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, when I worked at Borders, the love language, I mean, that was definitely shelved in the Christian section and all of its spinoffs. And when Katie and I were in a Christian group in college, they did a whole love languages thing for the whole group. And so I know it's like it's transcended that at this point, and like everybody kind of knows what the love languages are. But I just think the whole thing is a little bit silly. Like you just picking these broad things and boiling people down into them. That being said, Katie's love language is definitely acts of service. I could be so nice to her, get her great gifts, and she'd be like, well, you didn't vacuum the floor, you idiot.
I was going to say, but you didn't clean the bathroom.
Yeah.
You didn't clean the bathroom downstairs.
I don't know.
I know her too well.
I don't need to trash love languages that much. What's yours?
Well, I mean, it used to be gift giving and receiving. Like, I loved a gift. I thought that meant everything. But I think as I get older and I'm understanding myself more, I think I would probably do physical touch and words of affirmation. I think I really need that. I just really need somebody to tell me that I look pretty.
You are a good podcast co-host.
Thank you.
And maybe I'll make you a sick mix CD, even though, does anyone have a CD player anymore?
No. Mm-mm. Do I even have one on this? No, not even on my laptop.
I guess I could make you a playlist and just send you the
maybe
link.
a playlist on Spotify.
Yeah, it'll just be all Pine Grove songs.
Just 2 pine nuts.
Yeah.
Just 2 pine nuts.
Yeah. What's John's love language?
I think it's words of affirmation. There was a while there where I wasn't telling him good job for things, and he said it to me. He's like, you never, thank me for doing things or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, sorry. It's like you don't even realize you're not doing them for your partner until they shake you.
Yeah, especially
like,
when you have different love languages, and it's just like, okay, do you really need to be thanked every time? Katie does that too.
I know. I'm like, no one's thanking me for cleaning the bathroom.
Someone get me a great present. That's what I want.
I mean, I won't say no to a present. I already named like 5 things I wanted from John for Valentine's Day.
Oh, are you guys big Valentine's Day celebrators?
No, not at all. Mm-mm,
Oh,
no.
cool. Neither are we.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it goes Christmas, then our anniversary, and then it's Valentine's Day, and it just kind of gets overwhelming. And I can't think of gifts for John in the first place. Talk about someone hard to buy for. I'm so easy to buy for. I like expensive wine, expensive shoes, fine leather goods. Like, I'm
You
really
just like
easy to buy
expensive
for.
things. Just just give you the receipt and see how much you paid for it. If it's expensive, then you're happy.
No, that's not true. But I told him we could just go to the mall and go to the store and I'll pick something out. But now I lost track of what I was saying. No, we don't
What?
do anything. And you know what else is like annoying? Is I keep getting like blips on my phone from Yelp and Open Table, and they're like, "Have you made your, reservation yet?" And then you go and check and there's no reservations. So it's like, stop telling me to make a reservation. The problem isn't me, the problem is the system.
You tell him, Caitlin.
Don't force me.
If you were listening, big restaurant, then you better only recommend reservations for restaurants that have
Yeah.
reservations.
Yeah, because it's disappointing. And actually, if you guys are looking for one at 4 o'clock, PF Chang's is open. So
Thank you for that. Probably not going to be eating my dinner at 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah, I
In
mean,
fact,
whatever you're into.
we're spending our Valentine's Day with friends, so it's,
Oh,
not
yeah?
even a romance thing. Well, I guess it's
Who?
kind of romantic. I'm hanging out with Todd. You know how much I love Todd.
Oh, that is very romantic
So,
focused. Yeah.
no Matt Turner or anything, but I'll be happy.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
can't be.
What else did you have other than love
I have one more for us before we move on. I don't think we ever discussed it, so I think, but I mean, we kind of did a little bit, and we dipped our toes into it. But how did you meet your spouse? Tell us your love story.
Oh, I was really thirsty one day, so I just stopped at the McDonald's drive-thru to get a Coke.
Paul,
And she was working at the drive-thru, and I was like,
you
"Hey,
son of a bitch.
I remember." No, Katie and I were just friends in college. We ran in the same social circles, and eventually we just became better friends. We were friends for I don't know, probably at least a year before we started dating. She was just around me so much. I think I just wore her down. She just lost the stamina to say no to me. So.
So you were asking her out continuously, is what you're saying?
No, I'm not a weirdo. I asked her out one time and she said no, and I was like, "Oh, that's it." And then
Oh
like a month
no,
later, she was like, "Hey, I have a crush on you." And so I found out later, like
Katie!
the entire time she did have a crush on me. She showed me letters that she had like written to people about having a crush on me. So I don't know what the whole saying no thing was when I asked her out, but
I want to see
um,
those. Oh my gosh, my
well,
heart is a
she's got them
flutter.
somewhere.
Oh, that is so romantic.
Yeah, what is it? That she turned me down?
The letters are. The letters are
Oh,
romantic.
okay.
I could really see a Netflix movie coming out of that.
The Paul and Katie story. I will come up with a better title than that. But yeah, I feel like I had a funny story
The
about
Paul and
how
Katie story, how to wear down someone till they finally date you.
it wasn't wearing her down. We were really good friends. Actually, I remember the first time I invited her to hang out. I invited her and her friend Jessica to a party at
Just in
Matt's
case.
house. Well, it wasn't like a romantic thing at that point. It was just us becoming better friends to the point that we were hanging out outside of school. So they both came to the party, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm so cool! I got 2 cute girls' numbers tonight. Like this is the best day of my life."
Sick.
Yeah.
2 cute girls.
So how did you meet John?
Well, now that you stole half my story,
Oh, that's
well,
what I
we
was
actually
doing.
met when I was taking some summer classes at Macomb Community College. I was trying to boost those grades up, and we were both in a science class. We had chemistry, wink,
That's
and
funny.
he said later that he thought that I was really cute, but I did have a boyfriend at the time. Um, but he just remembered that I was carrying this like super heavy messenger bag that was kind of tipping my body over. Like it was so heavy full of books that I couldn't really like balance myself. And he just thought that was so cute. And I guess he messaged me on Facebook, but I didn't see it or I ignored it, because I had a boyfriend. I really can't remember. Broke up with the boyfriend, came back home permanently, started working at McDonald's. And this is where Paul stole my story, is that he came through the drive-thru. I mean, can you talk about kismet? He ordered a Coke and he pulled around and it was me. And I'm like, "Oh, hi." And he's like, "Do you remember me?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he messaged me again on Facebook. And this time I got the message and we just like kept talking like nonstop. He would just send me songs. I would send him songs that he didn't like back. And but I learned a lot of music that I wouldn't normally have probably listened to, and they've become part of our story. These songs, like, we'll play them sometimes and be like, oh, like I'll remember it. So he did ask me out, and it's kind of the same situation. I brought a friend with me. We went to a Tigers game, and I thought he was really cute, and he brought a friend too, and the friend wanted to take me to get a margarita, the like that 6 foot tall, the daiquiri, the like 6 foot tall daiquiri. And John was like, no, no, I'll take her to go get it. And can you imagine if I had gone with the other boy? Like,
Who was the friend? Do I know them?
oh fuck if I remember his name. Maybe his name was also Paul?
John had a friend named Paul?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, good story.
Yeah, thank you.
Very.
It all happened in the drive-thru.
I just don't think I've ever once wanted a soda and gone to a fast food drive. Like, I would have stopped at a gas station and just grabbed a soda.
Oh, well, he was on the way to his sister's graduation, which was like McDonald's and then like down the road a little bit. So it was just kind of like right on the way.
I
is what
probably
he
would have
told
skipped
me.
getting a soda. I would have just. I
Really?
don't know.
Have you ever
Yeah.
had a Coke from McDonald's?
I know
That
the
shit is
Cokes
toy.
at McDonald's taste better than regular Cokes because of whatever
They
the
do.
sugar ratio or however they do it at McDonald's.
No, it's the way
but-
that the air filters through it.
Oh, sure, whatever.
That's what it is.
Yeah, great stories.
I work there. I know what it is. I thought that it would be a nice way to connect with the audience. Now they can listen and think, oh my gosh, I remember when I met my spouse and I didn't like him. I told him blah, blah, blah. Also, just like Paul. So
Yeah. What if our audience is mostly single?
find someone who also listens to Theme on Screen and maybe they're single and we can connect people. We're now a dating service.
That is what I want to be known for from this podcast. Relationship goals.
Yeah, they found true love
Oh,
through
real
listening to our Call Me
matchmakers.
By Your Name episode.
Maybe when I write the screenplay for Katie and my relationship, it'll be two people connecting over a podcast instead. I'm going to take a lot of creative liberties with my relationship.
And with the podcasting environment.
Yeah.
All that to say, we watched a movie.
Yeah.
Do you want to get into it or do you have anything else?
I don't have any more chit chat. Do you have any more chit chat? Do you want to get into the movie?
I'm chit chat empty. I would love to get into the movie.
Okay, so
I think you're gonna be mad at me, though.
I'm gonna be mad at you. Oh boy.
Yeah, I have a critique. Yeah, I have a critique.
It's your face.
Well,
Anyway, we watched the
affirmation.
movie Amelie. Should I read the cast because I'm going to butcher every single one of these names. Do you know how to pronounce French names?
I mean, I could figure it out. Just do the two main.
Okay,
do
well,
Amelie and Nino.
Audrey.
Tattoo, right? Tattoo?
Sure. And then
Tattoo?
Matthew Kasovitz is Nino.
Matthew.
Apparently,
It's pronounced like Matt,
it's
like
just
Matthew.
like Matthew Turner. Okay, well,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like Matthew. If I'm
Apparently,
correct.
Amelie's father, the actress or the actor who played him, his name it's credited as Rufus, so that's easy.
Nice.
Why
like
doesn't
Madonna.
everyone in France just have one name?
Good for him. We did watch this movie. I will have one critique, but
Well,
okay,
don't you
I'll
want to go over
tell
the
you
plot,
later.
or do you really want to?
I know.
Get into
I'll tell
your
you later.
critique right
No,
now?
I was just like, I'm just like a little excited about it because I do think. Okay, I'm doing it again. Okay. I'm going to do it. Here is my plot overview. Amélie follows Amélie Poulain. She is a very shy and imaginative and lives in Montmartre, Paris. While growing up, it was said that she had a heart defect, so her parents didn't send her to school, which led her to basically being homeschooled by her mother. But she did not have a heart defect, only that her heart would flutter when her father was around because she didn't get to spend a lot of time with him. And she was just like really nervous and excited. So she ends up growing up, like I said, very shy, alone, and imagining just a lot of, fantastical fun things. We follow Amelie's journey from working at a local cafe to finding a hidden toy treasure trove in her apartment on the day Princess Diana died, and she feels that she must return it. And this is where, you're going to hate me, Amelie's meddling begins. She decides to return this box of treasures and hunts down the owner. Upon seeing him so happy, she thinks that she can bring this kind of happiness to more people with small gestures and then in some cases like little schemes. While performing all of these acts, Amelie discovers her own loneliness. Her shy and generally closed-off world is burst open when she encounters Nino Quincampoix. I hope I got that one.
Well, that was better.
That's okay. It's not bad. He works at a sex shop and he collects torn up photo booth photos, which he then puts together in a binder and like puts them together. Like he puts them back together. Rather than actually approaching this man though and making a connection, Amelie frustrates the hell out of me and concocts a series of riddles, notes, and puzzles to get closer to him. In the end, Amelie must decide if she wants to come out of her shell and her imaginative world or try some real human connection with Nino. And she does choose Nino. So that's it.
Always choose Nino.
That's the answer. Always choose real people over fake people.
It's funny, Katie and I went out to dinner last night and we were talking about the movie, and she described Amelie as meddling too. So it's funny that you used the exact same word.
Yeah, because that's exactly what I had said. So after she did the toy box and then she picks up Nino's binder, I looked at John and go, oh, good, another opportunity for her to meddle. It made me annoyed.
Okay, well, let's get your final thoughts on the movie.
I liked it, though. I
have to eat my hat live on YouTube?
No, I will give it I will give it a good score. I thought it was really good. Do I think that she was meddling? Yeah.
I just feel like it's really interesting that you and Katie see someone just committing small acts of kindness as meddling.
What about what she was doing to the fruit stand guy? That wasn't kindness. That was full ass meddling.
Well, I guess we can argue about the nature of meddling later. Let's not get.
There's one thing I'm not going to do is
meddle.
meddle. I'm going to mind my business.
You meddle all the time.
I meddle all the time. I'm literally meddling at any point. Where do you want to start, though, talking? Themes?
Yeah, we always start with themes, right? And then we forget that we're talking about themes and we're like 6 topics away. So let's start with themes. What do you think?
People love that. Themes? People love our scatterbrainedness. What I wrote down first was celebrating small moments, especially in the beginning of the movie. And I did really like this part. When the narrator would talk about each person, he would talk about things that they like and things that they don't like. And I thought that was just like a fun, kind of interesting way to get to know people. Actually, that's probably what I should have asked you. Just 3 things you like, 3 things you don't like for our witty banter. We'll do that next time. But like just talking about things that bring someone joy, you can learn a lot about a person. And especially like when she was talking about cracking the fresh creme brulee, that's a good one.
That's a thing you like too?
Oh, I love a fresh creme brulee. And then sticking your hand into a bag of grains. I've never said that to anybody, but have you ever just like, if you're making rice, you just kind of like stick your hand in the rice bag?
Not something that I am really familiar with. I feel like usually if I'm pouring rice, I just pour it into the whatever I'm pouring it instead of dipping my hand in. But I will take your word
there's
for
definitely
it.
a weird ecstasy to sticking your hand into a bag of cold grain.
I did find out in some of my research for this that like there's a lot of people that really consider this like a big ASMR movie, and that wasn't even something I was familiar with in 2001. Yeah, now that I can see it, sticking your hand in a grain of rice or cracking that creme brulee, I don't know.
Well, that and sometimes like when the camera would focus on something, you would hear that over any background noise or otherwise. You could hear kind of like the squeaking of a bike wheel or something like that. So I guess there is some ASMR.
Yeah, I don't know. Just something I read on the internet. That's a good theme. I think a lot of what she does, her meddling per se, are just kind of small acts of kindness, returning a lost toy box to someone 50 years later just to brighten their day, not getting any credit for it. The stuff that she does with her dad, just they're not anything that's going to change the world in a macro way, but they might change someone's world, and they did. And so I like that, just the little things in life. Good
well, I
theme.
did write down in a similar vein, yes, the small acts of kindness. As much as I hate being kind to people, it was nice to see her in her, like, I called it strange kindness, what she thought was kindness. Because I mean, honestly, if I found a toy chest, I would not return it. I'm going to be honest with you. And maybe if I saw a blind man struggling to get across the street, maybe I would help him. Am I busy? Am I on my way somewhere?
So what we're learning tonight in this podcast is that Katelynn hates kindness, which honestly, if you've listened to 15 episodes so far, you probably already knew that.
Yeah, this is actually not a surprise. But maybe that's why I read the kindness as meddling. Maybe that's why I read it like that. But Katie's kind.
Is she? Ish.
Ish. I put an
There,
ish.
there's a reason you two get along.
We're not like we're just both mean to people all the time.
Yes. Um, yeah, I think there is something, there's just kind of rewarding kindness and punishing. I put punishing meanness because the grocer, maybe he's not like the worst person in the world, but he's kind of a dick. And we live in a world where it doesn't seem like shitty people get punished
Being a
all that
dick doesn't
often.
get you in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, being a dick kind of gets celebrated. Some of the most influential people in the world are just giant assholes. So I think we all kind of, or at least all of those of us that aren't giant assholes, strive for justice or want to see justice. So even if it's just Amelie, taking just a little bit of, I called it, she broke into his apartment and home aloned him.
Yeah.
Like, there's just something we like seeing about that because it is kind of, I don't know, it's making small wrongs right. And yeah,
Hmm.
just I guess like her small acts of kindness are rewarded in that she comes out of her shell, and the good that she puts out into the universe she gets back.
I won't say that I didn't like her meddling with him. One, she did break and enter. Well, actually, she didn't break. She just entered. So I don't love that. But I think that there is, like you said, something to be said about people who are a dick and you can see them and you're giving them that kind of comeuppance. Because how many times do you want to just like trip somebody who does something assholey?
Well, yeah, like,
You
right,
know?
if you want to go see a movie and there's people that are just talking the entire time and then they swear at you, you end up leaving the movie theater and they get to sit there and enjoy it. But
Yeah.
what you really want to do is break into their house and teach them never to talk when other people are around.
What you
That might
really
be a
want to do
little
is break
extreme.
into their house and take the salt shaker and just twist it enough and like
Just a little
lay it right
bit.
on top so that the
Hmm.
next time that they go to season their seasonless shitty food, all of the salt falls over it.
Yes.
That's what
And
you want to do.
this movie is pretty fantastical. I wrote, this isn't
Oh,
really a theme, but
100%.
it's kind of it's a fairy tale for adults. So, fairy tales often have sort of simple morals and simple lessons, but that is just kind of, seeing shitty people like that just getting their comeuppance, and yeah. So there's that. Um, I've got
I have
I've
two
got some
more
other
though.
themes. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
sure.
You win, I'll go.
Okay.
Um my other one was coincidence. There
Okay.
was just a lot of coincidences. It just so happens that Princess Diana dies. She drops that glass, whatever top, rolls, and it happens to knock open the brick, and there happens to be stuff back there, right? Or she happens to be walking through the train station and sees this weird guy, looking underneath the thing, and his stuff gets stolen. So she chases him, which again, I wouldn't do, but I don't know, maybe. And he just happens to drop it. Um, or yeah, those are the two that I wrote. But like the whole Princess Diana of it, man, I can't get over it. You knew that was gonna affect me, right? You knew that.
I honestly forgot about the Princess Diana thing. I haven't watched this movie in a while. But yeah, it's small coincidences like that just leading to like big moments in your life, almost like needing a Coke
Butterfly effect.
on your way to your sister's graduation might be something that changes your whole life. Who knows?
It did.
Yeah.
What's another
So
one?
so again, I haven't watched this movie in, I think, since Katie and I first started dating, so it has been a long time, and I might have misremembered just exactly how much of the romance is in the movie because Nino and Amelie don't even really share that many scenes together. So, but I mean,
Barely.
we did say this is a love is the theme, not romance, and I think one of the themes that I like is just the value of community because it is about Amelie herself opening up, letting love in for, her neighbors, her father, just her
Mhm.
coworkers, the rest of the people in her life.
The painting guy,
So
yeah.
yeah, so there is more than just romantic love. There's just like the sense of community and who she becomes when she's not just sitting alone in her beautiful apartment.
I know, oh my gosh. Adversely, I also wrote down loneliness.
Yeah, definitely.
I
Because
think
it does seem a lot of the people are very deeply lonely.
a lot of people are very lonely, and, if she didn't follow these coincidences, she would have continued to be lonely too. There was just like I wrote just tons of different ways. I think like even her dad loses the mom and he just like doesn't want to do anything. All he does is make her that shrine and he doesn't want to go anywhere. Amelie trying to tell him like go on a vacation, like use your time, like do something for yourself. And he's just lonely. And go ahead, you had something?
Oh, well, I was going to say that's why, maybe sometimes people just need a little bit of a push, maybe a little bit of someone meddling in their life to spur them onto the right path.
Maybe somebody could meddle in mine. I'd really need a vacation. Uh,
Can we go over what all of your problems are, and then I will think of ways to meddle in your life to try to solve all of your problems? So
yeah.
what's your number one problem? What's wrong with you the most?
My
Personality's too
husband
big.
won't take me on a
Let's narrow it
vacation.
down. Okay.
yeah. All I want to do is go somewhere. So just meddle with John. Tell
I
him
invited you on a trip.
I know we'll give you an answer. Um, okay, my other lonely is the glass neighbor. Because he can't touch anything, so he's always staying inside the apartment, painting that single picture over and over again, and he really only allows Lucien to deliver the groceries, and then finally inviting Amelie in too. So he, in some ways, recognized, I'm sure, that I can't keep this up. Because I'm literally gonna crack. I'm a glass human.
Well, he says, he hasn't really talked to anyone because he thinks everyone's a moron. And when he sees
It's
Amelie
fair.
kind of taking her first steps out of her shell and actually trying to, that's when she first becomes interesting to him. And when he's able to open up to someone else too. So I think it takes
hmm
both of them kind of stepping outside of their comfort zone a little bit to come into each other's orbit.
Yeah, and they're all just kind of strange, but in different ways.
Yeah.
He sees her across the alley and knows that she spends probably 99% of her time in the or in her apartment, and then,
Hmm.
the other part at work, and then allowing Lucien to come in and teach him painting. And he's obviously he's not a weirdo because he's missing his arm. He's just railed on all the time because he's missing his arm and he's not good at his job, apparently. I thought he was doing fine.
Oh, yeah. He
But
was
then,
okay.
them finding a community because they're all
Hmm.
just a little strange. And the last one I said was the fruit stand worker in Lucien. Is it Lucian? Did I
It
say it
was
wrong?
Lucienne, I think.
Okay, and then he's constantly ripping on him and makes him feel bad, and then that's what makes Amelie decide to fuck with him. But it turns out that the fruit stand worker, he's lonely too.
Hurt people hurt
He
people.
Yeah, he's living alone, and I mean maybe that's how he wants it. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like he's living the most fun, exciting life. He walks
Yeah.
downstairs and sells fruit, yells at Lucien, and goes back upstairs and fits into his slippers. So
Well, Amelie is a dreamer, so I think the failed writer at the delicatessen, what's not delicatessen, cafe, whatever, he at one point says times are hard for dreamers, and I think one of the last theme I really have for this movie is just kind of the imagination pushing up against real life. So there are several instances of that I wrote down, like when she first calls Nino. And this is kind of, like I said, a fairy tale, but when she calls the sex shop, it turns out that it's a sex shop and they think she's offering to work there and they're asking her if she's shaved. And her
yeah,
perceived reality of calling her fantasy man in this kind of gross part of real life that she kind of bumps up against, and then she hangs up the phone. And then so I guess one of her ways in which she meddles that I do have a problem with is the Georgette relationship. She tries to get these two
yeah.
people together, and that relationship is just terrible. That guy is
Ugh.
crazy, and so as much as it kind of seems cute that she's able to put these two regulars at the cafe together, it doesn't end up well. So this idealized rom-com scenario where these two quirky characters to get together, it really just is kind of still a terrible relationship for both of them.
Yeah, that was high
Um,
key meddling. That one was high
yeah.
key meddling.
Oh, and I guess yeah, just so I'm sure we will talk about this later, but there's a guy that Nino's assembled his picture multiple times from the photo booth, and they both kind of concoct stories why is this guy always in photo booths, blah blah blah.
hmm
And long story short, it turns out he's just a photo booth
It's
repairman.
just a maintenance guy.
They've
Yeah.
it's a normal explanation for
I think that's a
why he's
great
there.
definition for fantastical, right? You
Yeah.
come up with this huge thing in your brain, oh, it's so romantic, he's a ghost or whatever, and
Hmm.
then he's just repairing it, bro.
One
He's
thing
just
I did
repairing
like
it.
though, when both of them found out that he was just a repairman, I don't think it ruined it for them either. They both seemed really happy. They were kind of just to
hmm
have the mystery solved, because I think they both knew it wasn't actually a ghost,
Right.
but maybe.
Maybe. Both of us, maybe.
So I think
Could be a
yeah,
ghost.
we had a lot of the same themes, but I do think that's why it's more a fairy tale for adults, because the fact that real life actually plays a part in the, I don't know, messiness of real life encroaching on the dreams. Is that a good theme? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Capitalism?
Oh no. No, not
I don't know
again.
how well, let's say socialism, because they're all able to like afford a great life working in this little cafe. Her Jet's job is she just sells cigarettes.
She
She
just
probably
sells
has better
cigarettes.
healthcare than we do. Like,
She was
man,
just scratching lottery tickets and selling
yeah.
cigs. What a life.
What an ideal life in 1997
Oh
Paris.
my gosh, that's exactly where I need to be. I would kill it at that cafe. I would work at that cafe
Would you just be the
and not.
cigarette girl, or would you actually be making drinks for people?
I would make drinks, but it would probably just be like the Kir Royale or an Aperol Spritz, which is more Italian, but people drink them. So all I know how to make is like a martini. So that's what you're getting. It took me a while, just on the fantastical of it. It took me a while to figure out that's kind of what it was, you know?
It's
Um,
everything's in her head. Like she's telling it from her perspective, and she's such a
yeah.
dreamer that, yeah. I think once she breaks the fourth wall for the first time and stares directly into the camera, I think when she's at the movie theater, I think is when she first does that. That's like, oh yeah,
Is
you
that
kind of
what
know
it
what's
is the
going
first
on.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's almost a little creepy to
I
have her
like
look
it.
right at you.
Oh, she could look right at me anytime she wants.
Oh yeah, you're into that French New Wave look.
When I was 20 years old, and I mean, she's supposed to be, I mean, I was probably younger
I
than
think
20
she's
the first time
23. Is
she's
that what they said?
23,
She's
so I was
20.
probably 17 or 18 the first time I saw this. I mean, I guess we're jumping into cast thoughts because, yeah,
Oh,
first time I
let's
saw
do it.
this movie, like, could I have been any more in love with Amelie? Like, I want her to fix me.
Oh, I'm
I'm the
sorry. You
sad
were
boy.
17 and she was 23. That's such a big age gap. Disgusting.
Well,
Ew.
we didn't act upon our inappropriate romance. I don't think it's
You're right.
strange
She
for
held back.
a young person to have a crush on an older person. Going on a
I'm just
sexcation
I'm
together
just
in
dogging.
Italy.
I'm just dogging. Uh I really liked Amelie Audrey. I really liked her. I thought she was probably one of the first, maybe like fleshed out manic pixie dream girls, right? I mean, like putting it into the mainstream like that. I said she was perfectly 1997.
Yeah,
I loved watching her and I love being in Paris, number one. I'll watch anything that's in Paris. But 1997, that's one of my favorite years. I
I
loved
didn't
being
know
there.
that.
Oh, I've said it before. I'm sorry. I always say like
Okay.
97, 96, 97 is like
Six,
where I really
seven.
thrive. Yeah. Is that what the you're niece enough, you're gonna love that.
Now we're
Um
appealing to the youth.
Hey guys, 6'7". Now I lost it with the 6'7". But and I haven't seen her in anything else. It didn't look like no, Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, she was in
No.
the Da Vinci Code.
Was it her?
In
I
the
feel
first
like
one,
I'm
yeah.
mixing her up with we watched The Departed too, when that girl was in something that I had watched.
Well, she
But she
is in the
was
Da
in Da
Vinci
Vinci
Code.
Code. Okay.
She said she doesn't really like acting in English. She doesn't feel like her English is strong, and she didn't really like the hustle and bustle of Hollywood. So she, I think, just went back to France and did more French movies because she wasn't a fan of
Oh,
the whole
beautiful.
Hollywood machine. Um, yeah, so I found out that this role was written and it was originally supposed to be Emily Watson playing
I
Amelie.
saw that.
So
Mhm.
that, I mean, I no shade to Emily Watson, but I can't imagine anyone else playing the character.
No. No. Maybe Zoe Deschanel if they wanted to redo it.
No, I disagree.
No. No.
Well, you
I'm
so
just
okay, so
looking
you
for
said
quirky.
quirky, sure. You said manic pixie dream girl, which I think has a lot of negative connotations
Oh,
because
really? I never.
generally, well, characters that are often described like that, like Natalie Portman's character in Garden State, or I don't know, Zoe Deschanel in like Everything.
In her whole life.
They only exist to serve the male character. Like it's basically this quirky weirdo that stops the sad boy from being sad and like teaches him how
Okay.
to do watercolors or whatever. Like so.
Yeah.
Amelie's not that because she is a fully realized character, and it's not just about like bringing
I see
some
where you're
sad
coming
boy
from.
out of a funk. She's a fully fleshed human being. Though I would let her be my Manny Pixic dream girl back when I was 18 years old and she was 23. She could have stopped me from being such a sad little emo boy.
Nothing could have stopped me from being emo. I rock that shit.
I aged myself up to 18 though, so it was appropriate.
Yeah, I noticed that. Next time we talk about it, you're 20.
Yep.
Don't worry about me, guys. Don't worry about me. What did you think about Matthew?
Oh, he was fun. I love just how kind of quirky they both are. They're weirdos in their own way, and I guess that ties back into the theme of loneliness. Like they do the flashback to when he's in school, and they say he has too many friends, but it's him getting bullied, and
Yeah.
he got weird hobbies like collecting photo booth pictures, or taking pictures of footprints in wet
Oh,
cement,
yeah. Yeah.
and just
Like,
kind
how
of
often does that happen?
yeah, that idea. I mean, I hate the whole Grey's Anatomy of like I've got to find my person, but like they really are able to find that
I didn't know
person
you
that's
watched Grey's
just.
Anatomy.
I've never seen an episode of that show in my life, but that
Me
phrase is
neither.
something that we've sure. Yeah, but just being able to find someone weird and quirky, just like you are, that kind of just matches your spirit, and yeah, I like
I wrote down quirky also for both of them, and I'm surprised because John, you know him. Or I don't know if he's ever told you, but he does not like Zoe Deschanel because he thinks she's too quirky. He thinks she's over quirking it, but he didn't say that about either of these. About Amelie or Nino. He did not say that they were overly quirky or quirky at all. And actually, he really enjoyed this movie. I heard him chuckling back there. I
Oh
think he
wow.
thought it was great. I know. I didn't think he would. And
I'm always
I
amazed at what movies he decides to watch with
what
you
he
because I
likes and what he
wouldn't
doesn't. Yeah.
necessarily have picked this one that you would even watched. And I thought Color
No.
of Money, that's kind of, John's played pool before.
I guess we don't know him like we thought we did.
Well, that's okay for me. I feel like you should probably know him well enough.
Well, I think and we're getting off track, but I think for The Color of Money, he may have been busy. And I was watching
Fair
it at a
enough.
time that he couldn't watch it. But then Amelie, I said, hey, I'm going to watch it on this day if you want to watch it. And he's like, oh, I've heard of it. I'll watch it. So it just fit with his schedule.
Well, that's good.
But he seemed to really enjoy it. Back to Matthew. I just think he was just a nice counterpart to Amelie, his character. He did not overpower her. He did not overshadow her in any scene. It was still her movie. It was still her moment. He was strange, like you said, and I agree. He was a little weirdo, but he was very quiet about it. Because I mean, there's nothing about him. It's not like I don't know. I guess when you go into like the sex shop, like you can tell that somebody is like, okay, yeah, you'd work here. You look like you. Maybe they got a different color hair. So that sounds bad, but they're a little alternative, right? Because I don't think
Sure,
I would
alternative.
be particularly a person you'd see in a sex shop. I don't know. There's one down the road. If I'm desperate, I might go over and get a job. But he was just like quietly strange, and he could have been read as creepy. Like he could have. His character could have leaned into creep, but he never did.
Yeah, he
And I think
comes
that was
across as
great.
just sweet.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I felt like he was sweet. And then the other people were obviously just the supporting cast. Even though most of them had little screen time and you only knew them through Amelie's interactions with them, everybody was like really fully formed. Like you kind of knew who they were with like I said, the limited time or limited backstory. You knew who they were, and they were fun to watch.
Yeah. Uh, I guess I don't have anything to add to that because I completely agree. Even so, like the guy at the beginning of the movie that she gives the toy box to, you don't even see
Yeah.
him again until the end of the movie. But even when you see him at the end of the movie, that he's reunited with his child and his grandchild,
Yeah, you remember that
it's
he had that issue with them.
yeah. So
And that he
everyone,
ate
even the
chicken with
smaller
his
roles,
fingers.
he loves. Yeah, who doesn't
Oh,
love to do that?
the chicken
No, no
was just
thanks.
so moist. It was just a very moist chicken. People are gonna hate that or love that. It's just ugh. Okay.
Is that all the
Cast.
cast? Yeah,
That's
everyone
what
was
I
great in the
wrote. Did you
roles.
have
Loved
anybody
it.
else? The dad?
No, I mean, yeah, I really liked the dad's part. You mean Rufus, the actor Rufus?
The actor Rufus, yeah. Roofy?
The way that he is coming out of his shell at the end of the movie, the same way that Amelie is also coming out of her shell. I thought that was very sweet and it was lovely.
I want to talk a little bit about um oh, well we can go right yeah, we can go right into cinematic because actually I was gonna talk a little bit about him and it was one of the cinematic moments.
Okay.
So do you wanna pop there?
Um, you you can start.
Okay. Well, because it had to do with the dad, and I just
Okay.
thought at first I was so confused and with the gnome. And she whacks the gnome out of the thing and then she gets caught at the train station and we never see the gnome again. And I'm like, what happened to the fucking gnome? And then those photos start coming. I'm like, John, this gnome is Flat Stanley. Like, do you remember Flat Stanley? You didn't do that?
Flat Stanley? I feel like,
Yeah,
is that from
it's from school. So you would design this paper guy.
school?
Yeah, you would like draw him, you give him pants, a shirt, and whatever, and you send him to somebody who doesn't live near you, and they take him on adventures.
We never did that. I have never heard of that before in my
You've
life.
never heard. Okay, listeners, can someone please back me up that Flat Stanley was a thing? Because we would always send it to my mom's great aunt or something. She lived in Pennsylvania by Hershey's, and so she would take the Flat Stanley to Hershey's, and like you take pictures of him and you send him back. He
Oh,
goes on an adventure.
yeah, this is not something we did at normal people school.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, anyway, the gnome was Flat Stanley, and I thought that was so funny. It took me like probably 2 sequences of him getting the photos sent back, and then oh my gosh, the reveal of it being the flight attendant. Come
Yeah.
on. Come on. Lights out. I thought
Yeah.
that was fantastical.
Well,
They did that a
it's
lot,
so
just
cute.
bringing stuff back like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just bringing stuff and people back.
And, it wouldn't have happened if she hadn't been meddling.
Yeah, well, and then the dad just kind of like looking at Flat Gnome and being like,
Flat gnome.
now I want to be like him. Yeah,
It
now I want to be
inspired.
like the gnome.
She was inspired by the happiness she was able to bring into someone else's life, so she brought happiness into more people's lives, and hopefully they pay it forward when he's traveling to, I don't know, the U.S. or wherever he's going.
You want to do one?
Just a delightful movie. I mean, for cinematic, really, like, the color scheme of this movie, just the way this movie looks, the way the colors pop.
I
Like,
wrote that, yep.
yeah, it's just such a beautiful movie. And then the way that CGI is also used in this movie, it's very light CGI. It's not like a Marvel movie, but it's used so well to add to the plot. Like when she fails at talking to Nino at the cafe and she turns into a puddle, or I think we've alluded to we're both gonna have this as favorite moments. But when she is carrying the blind man around and like just kind of telling him everything that she's seen, and then when she walks away he just glows because she's just brightened his day so much. Like those little
Yeah,
touches were so
that
great.
was darling. Right. I did write down the colors, and I was so lucky to have John watching with me because every time the colors changed, John would let me know. Um, so and then like and he also was pointing out a lot of the camera movements too. He was really into this.
It was a
He was
pretty
like, "Did you
zippy movie.
notice?"
Like
Yeah, the
like
zippy, and then every time that the camera was on Amelie only, they would kind of shoot her from above. Did you notice that? Like in the
I don't think
beginning,
I did notice it. I would probably have to watch it again to like pay
like in the
attention to
beginning
more
parts,
things.
and then the camera kind of slowly came to like even out with her as the movie
Mhm.
went on. But like I said, I was lucky enough to have John. Oh, it's really green. Oh, did you notice now? All she's wearing is red.
And that is why we both decided to wear red tonight.
You look so good in the red. That's great. You look great. The
Any more
the
cinematic
other one,
moments?
actually, you know what? I wrote Walking the Blind Man Through Paris. I put him cinematically, but I did think that was a fun moment. The scene was just full of energy. Like you said, camera moving quickly. Also, the way she spoke so quickly, it
Mhm.
almost got a little difficult to follow the subtitles at the same time. And I really should have learned French. But it was just like she was moving and grooving. Like she was, and over there is the chickens, and over there is a dog, and he's looking for water, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, ah! So
Yeah, it's not
I thought it was
quite one
great.
battle after another, but it's a very kinetic movie. It moves
It's
very,
one
very
Amelie after
fast.
another.
One Amelie
Mhm.
after another. Ooh.
And then I wrote again the opening with all the pleasures. I thought that was just cinematically looked really good to me.
Yeah, it was very kind of Wes Anderson-y to me. It almost reminds me of the
Right.
beginning of the Royal Tenenbaums.
Yes.
And both of them, those
Yes.
came out the same year, didn't they? Are they both 2001?
Real Tenenbaums is not that old.
Yes, it is.
Am I not that old?
They're both
He's-
2001 movies.
Wow. I wonder if they had a conversation.
I think it's
Like,
just two
we're
filmmakers
both
that are
gonna
really
do
good
this.
at, staging a scene.
Agreed.
And even the beginning of Royal Tenenbaums starts with Alec Baldwin as the narrator, and this starts with a very prominent narrator too. So
That's a good
I
point.
don't think they probably, given that they came out the same year and probably were filming at the same time, I don't think they influenced
Yeah,
each other.
they probably
But
didn't talk to each other like that. They didn't beep each other. The only other cinematic moment that we didn't, well, we mentioned him a little bit, photo booth guy, but John gave, I'm talking a lot about John, but he kind of made it a delight to watch this movie because I could hear him enjoying it. But he gave out a full laugh when the guy opened up the curtain and he's like, "Can I
He's
help
just a
you?" You
normal
know?
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thought that was really funny. It was just kind of the perfect antithesis to me of building something up in your mind and then it just being like the most mundane thing ever.
Yeah.
So it was good. I thought that was a good way to do it. And I'm glad that they didn't go with like they open the curtain and he floats out as a ghost because that could have been
That would
stupid.
have been really stupid.
Now it's a horror.
I'd watch that though.
Do you have any other cinematic moments?
No, I don't think I have any more cinematic moments, but I did want to just go over Amelie's meddling real quick. Oh,
Okay, I put that under miscellaneous.
well, whatever.
I'm just
Let's
saying where I
let's
put
just go over the things that she does to meddle.
Okay.
So inspiring her dad to get out of his funk and travel, you consider that meddling?
That one's fine. No, that
I
one's
consider
fine.
that an act of kindness.
He needed that.
So the thing, I have a problem with two of them, I think. I don't think the relationship between the people at the cafe works well anymore. I think at
Meddling.
the time, I don't know if I had a problem with it, but he just reads as so creepy and just an abusive, stalkerish boyfriend
Yeah.
that doesn't play nearly as
Why would
well
she
to
want to
me in
put her friend in
2026.
that situation?
Mm-hmm.
Him recording the other girl, like all that other stuff. Why would you want to put somebody else in that? Maybe she was hoping that he'd stop, but that's
Yeah,
meddling,
well,
bro.
like, why haven't they just kicked this guy out of the cafe? Like, it seems
They
like
should
he is just
have.
kind of their friend, and like they're almost playing his weird quirks like they're cute, but they're not. Uh, and again, I think when I originally saw this movie, I probably did just kind of go with the flow, but really looking back on it now, I don't think that ages well at all, and I did not enjoy that. I do think she thinks she's trying to help. She's trying to help these two lonely people, like, but it obviously fails. So what else does she do? What are her other meddling schemes? Returning the toy to the
So
guy, maybe
the
you wouldn't do
toy.
that, but she'd
No, I
really,
wouldn't do that.
that small act on her part inspired him to make such a big change in his life. And I think just little acts of kindness that can inspire other people. I don't know. I like that part and I don't consider it
Well, I
bad.
get that, but does that make sense for, let's just think of Amelie as a character at the start. I mean, she is so shy to where, I
Hmm.
mean, it's almost crippling, like that she doesn't come out of her house. She doesn't know anybody. Like, does it make sense for her as a character to be like, you know what? This is the day I'm going to do this. And this is inspiring me to do this. And maybe, I guess we could say the death of Princess Diana inspired her, but I don't know. I
Well,
feel
I
like it
think
was a little
it was
out of
just a little
her.
spark. She needed something, and that was the inciting incident that inspired her to change her life.
I don't know, maybe I need to
Um,
read more things as a
let's
spark because
let's
nothing's
get back to the other
sparking me to
meddling.
do
So
that.
the one I'm iffy on that I think is the gray area is the neighbor who she cuts up her husband's letters and kind of composes a fake letter saying that he still loved her. She
Bad.
is telling her a story to make her
To do what?
happy, and no one, so she thinks her husband still loved her and he didn't just run away from her, and so it's not true, but he's
That's not
dead.
that's not her
We know
place. That's
that,
not even
but
her
she
business.
doesn't. So what I said to Katie last night when we were out to dinner, I was like, making up fake stories to comfort people, isn't that what religion's been doing for thousands of years? Rimshot. um
Where did you guys go to eat?
we went to Metro Bar. It's our new bar.
Oh,
It's
I've
our
never
new
heard of
local
that.
bar. It's just, well, I'm not going to say the Crossroads, but it's just a mile away from us.
And
So
here's
we
my
just
address.
decided one night. Actually, it was a night that I we were podcasting, and then I didn't have to work the following day. And when we finished
Mm,
podcasting, I was just like, "Hey, we don't have to work tomorrow. I want to just like go out to the bar." We never go out to the bar during the week anymore.
that's fun.
And so our local bar that was like right down the street is closed. So we had to
R.I.P.
Google like the next closest bar, and we've gone back several times now. And it's just
All right.
trying to
Guess we're
become
gonna have to check
regulars
it
at a new
out.
place.
I love trying to become a
I want to
regular.
walk in and everyone yells Norm.
Yeah. I'm also in that right now, trying to become
Hmm.
a regular. Uh Okay, so continuing on and meddling.
What's
I
her
think
other?
those were two very prime examples, but as I think coming from me, who is a person who wants to mind my own business as much as I possibly can, but please tell me everything. Um, to me, everything was just meddling because if I found that guy's book, I'd probably go, "Oh, I found him."
Yeah, but you're not like you don't have debilitating shyness. Like you would just say something to a
No.
stranger. Also, when she found the book, he was on a moped and he'd driven away. Like,
Well, that would be actually perfect for me. Like, "Oh, okay. I tried."
what if you were just so lonely and you kind of thought, well, here's this other person that I just am so interested in because they seem to have this weird hobby, and
This is a good
I guess
question.
she didn't like actually know what he was doing, but she had seen him like scraping things from under the photo booth before, so she knew that he was up to something.
Yeah. I thought he was getting money at first. I thought he was poor.
Mm. No,
And I
he's
was
just
trying
got a
to
weird hobby.
he's trying to get some francs out of there. I was like, "Oh,
um,
okay, good for him."
what were the other? Well, so breaking into the apartment. I don't think you should really break into anyone's house and
No,
set booby
and
traps up for them. But it's still, I didn't really see that as meddling. I saw more of that as
more of a
her.
crime,
It's certainly
taking someone's key to their home and copying it, crime.
well, it's only a crime if it's not for a good reason.
It's only a crime if you get caught.
That's
Wink.
true. Anyway, I think that's all of her schemes, right? Does she have any other schemes?
Um,
I mean, I guess the whole thing with Nino is her.
that's a whole big scheme, I guess, in a way. I
Anyway,
wrote that under favorite though, so we can talk about that.
yeah, we can be over her meddling moments now and move on to favorites or whatever. I think I said a lot of my favorites already. The blind man, the dad traveling. What
Photo
about
booth
you?
maintenance
Yeah.
guy. The ending, them riding on the little moped situation together,
Oh, even before
both
that,
looking into
actually,
the camera.
when she sees the tape from the glass man, and then she runs to the door, and Nino's at the door. Oh my
Oh,
gosh, I turn into a puddle then.
oh, marron. So that was romantic. Although,
Mm-hmm.
again, I was just listening to our Call Me by Your Name podcast, and I was saying that in that movie that Katie and I watched, that there wasn't enough sex, and it's like, okay, we watched that whole montage of people fucking, and she's like, you know, whatever, 38, and said there was like 38 people fucking at that time or whatever,
It was
and I was just
15.
like, 15, whatever. I'm like, you're not going to show it to us? Give me a little bit. Give me a little bit.
It wasn't that kind of movie.
Am I a creep? Am I a creep?
You got the
Don't answer
sex scene
that.
in the bathroom between Georgette and the stalker guy, so I don't
Ugh,
know.
it's disgusting. Um, the only other one was, yeah, the whole sequence of her trying to return this scrapbook to Nino. She goes to Sacré-Cœur and she had that cute little spy outfit on. See, this is where I was connecting. I'm like, this is what I would do because you have to have an outfit for everything. And having a spy outfit is so cute. And more people need to be wearing headscarves because I tried to wear a headscarf over the summer and John was like, "What are you wearing?" And I was like, it's a scarf, like, so my hair doesn't blow in the wind. We don't even have a car without a top. That's neither here nor there.
She was
But
definitely
let's
giving
bring back
Audrey Hepburn in that scene too,
she
wasn't she?
was like she was giving cute little spy. I thought it was so darling. And what does my husband say? Isn't that where John Wick died? Even though we've been to Sacré-Cœur, we walked up all of the steps, the thousands of steps inside the cathedral. My husband and I went, and all he could remember was that John Wick died there.
I actually didn't put that together, even though I watched John Wick fairly recently. But good call, John. That's why I
Yeah.
want to watch movies with John.
Yeah, well, we'll
He's
bring
got
him
the
on.
good
Oh,
call.
we should do a John Wick month. I like John Wick movies.
Yeah, they're all good movies. I really liked
We-
Ballerina. I don't know.
Well, anyway, all I
Anyway,
wanted to say was that was one of my favorite moments. I just because you had said before we watched this that it was very Katelynn coded, and I was trying to figure out the whole time like what about it
it's
was
French.
giving. Because yeah, I thought it was the French part. I thought it was the Princess Diana part, and I thought it was just probably this whole scene. I just thought I was like, well, that's something I would do. That is
The
something I
gnome
would do.
traveling, I feel like, I don't know, that's Caitlin coded to me.
Oh, because I'm
You
a
like traveling
size of a
and
gnome
you're the size of a
traveling. I
gnome.
knew that's where you were going.
You should get a gnome hat. That would
You're
be
such a piece of
great.
shit. Oh my god. I don't
Please
have
get a
any
gnome
reason to
hat,
dress up as
please.
a gnome.
Or
But
at least
if I do dress up as a gnome, someone flat Stanley me.
Are we supposed to ship you in a package to
Yeah.
different places? All right.
Yeah. I get tickets and I go other places. Uh, okay. Did you have any other favorite moments? Because all I wrote then was just I loved the ending. Um, they my thing that I always like to say is that they found their soul's counterpart in another, and that was true with them too. Just
I think that's
cruising
so
through the streets
so
of
cheesy in
Montmartre.
real life, but it's so great in the movie. I really like actually the way that you see at the beginning of the movie when that neighbor that she has lies to her and tells her that she caused the car accident by taking a picture, and then she
Yeah,
decides to get revenge on him by sitting on his roof and unplugging his TV. I kind of like how that mirrors how she decides, like, she has a little bit of that vindictive
she's
streak in
got a
her.
little shit streak in her. Yeah,
Yeah, so I like that scene too. I think the young Amelie is really gives a lot in her short time in the movie, and that's just a funny scene
yeah.
to me. So
Yeah, once I finished the movie and understood it, I was like, okay, so a lot of that stuff at the beginning, which were basically credits, and then her kind of doing her kid stuff, um, m- helped you understand the movie better. She
yeah.
was doing a lot of the stuff, and you were learning a lot about her and seeing those, fantastical things. Her talking to the stuffed animals or whatever it was. Like I
Hmm.
think she was treating him like a doctor and doing like all that stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, so that makes sense. Like that is how she grew up. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the ending to me, I don't know. It's just pure joy. It's like taking a syringe full of joy and just stabbing it right into my heart, because it's just I had a person that I knew that saw this movie, and she said I didn't really get the end of the movie. They just have sex. And I was like, wow, you did not
You
understand
really didn't get it.
the soul's counterparts finding each other, did you? So
Thank
I
you.
think there's
Thank
a
you for
reason that I don't
repeating.
talk to that person anymore.
Oh, you hate to see it. Uh, so all I wrote then, because all we really have left is miscellaneous thoughts, but I
Yeah.
think the only thing that made me mark it a 4.5 as opposed to a 5, because you were right, I did like it. Just the meddling. I just couldn't get over. I was like, she's just a little meddler.
All right, audience, what we need to come up with for next week's episode are ways in which Katelynn can perform small acts of kindness to better
Ugh,
other people's lives so that she can see
ugh.
how her actions affect people and how good it feels inside when you can brighten someone's day, even with the
Who am I even
littlest
gonna
thing.
meddle on? It's just you and Katie.
You can meddle, I don't know, maybe Matt Turner. What do we need to fix about Matt Turner's life?
Where do we start?
Maybe he wears too many hats. I don't know. Maybe we get him a toupee. I don't know. It's just spitballing.
Maybe he needs to
Instead
get.
of a hat, he's
Maybe he
got.
needs a new sweater. I don't know. I'm
Maybe,
gonna.
yeah, maybe
I'm
he.
gonna fold it on his front porch.
So yeah, let us
His
know
wife is like, "What is this?"
what acts of kindness we can perform for Matt Turner to bring joy into Caitlin's life. I think I'm losing the
I'll
plot here a
meddle on
little
Matt
bit.
Turner, but I don't want to meddle in general because I just don't want to talk to people at all. So I started a podcast. Um, talk about a 360. But
360
you
wouldn't it be a 180? If you do a
okay?
360,
Whatever.
you're just right back where you were.
This isn't a math podcast. Do you
I've been watching a lot of Olympics. I know how to do a circle.
and a triple sow cow. Did
Hmm.
you want to say you haven't given us stars in a while, but you starred this one up pretty quick? Do you want to
Oh yeah, it's
say?
five. It's a 5-star movie to me. I always say like, oh, this is a top 25 for me or top 10. I really need to sit
Sure.
down and like try to make my top 25 movie list, but I'm
Oh, I think that
almost
would be a
positive
beautiful thing
this
for
would
us to do.
be in my top 25. So we need to go through every year on Wikipedia and look at every single movie that's come out since
Right.
the history of film, mark what
Mm-hmm.
we've seen on Letterboxd, and then do a special episode where we come up with our top
So we'd have to
25.
take about a week
A
off
year.
from
Oh,
work.
okay.
Oh, you're gonna take the whole
Um,
year off?
yes, please. We can get
I thought
so
we
many
could,
more movies in.
or maybe we get. I have this book, the best movie year ever, and then you have the one, the TMC classics or whatever that you have to watch before you die.
TCM.
Oh, I have that. I have that book too. The movies you have to watch before you die.
Oh yeah.
We just go
I've
through there.
also got that poster that you got me that we keep meaning to get a frame for so I can hang it in the background.
I know it's gonna be so darling.
Hmm.
I do know how to give a gift.
My only other
Um,
miscellaneous note about this movie was the soundtrack rips.
yeah,
Soundtrack is so fun. Like
that's another reason why John wanted to watch it was
mhm.
Jan Tiersen.
Yeah, it's very French. It's very
Also
fantastical.
French.
Like it's almost circusy a lot of the time, and it really just kind of
Yeah,
leans into
that's a
the
good
like
way
I don't know
to
fantasy fairy
put it.
tale nature of this movie. Like
Hmm.
fairy tale, but make it European.
That's so funny because I actually think, going back to the conversation about John and I, how we met, I feel like some of the Jan Tiersen music was stuff that he sent to me.
Oh, nice.
He's been into it for a while, so he
He's.
periodically shows up. So great movie, guys. Listeners, please add this one to your watch list. I think it's perfect for Valentine's Day.
I think it's a perfect Valentine's Day movie too. Unless you're looking for
Hmm.
something a little spicier. Which, speaking of spicy
I
movies, what are
am.
we watching next? We haven't done shout
Well,
outs yet, but I feel like that was a
we're
good
not
segue.
watching it, but I have, as a Galentine's Day treat to your wife, we are going to see Wuthering Heights. I always say Wuthering Heights, and I am beyond excited. I am ready. My heart is ready. My body is ready. Everything is ready for this film. You guys are going to. It's going to be a girly takeover. Um, you guys are going to hate to hear from us. Oh, you're going to be on fire.
We'll see.
I said if you wanted, you could come, but you have to sit
Sure.
behind
A
us.
pity invite. It is just funny that you kicked the one person off that actually has read the source material. Like, I've read the book. I love, the Bronte sisters.
You love a Bronte?
Oh, I love Jane Eyre. I actually can't stand Wuthering Heights. I think the book is just god awful. But I hope you
I can
enjoyed the movie. Yeah, so let's
Yep.
circle back to some non-movie shout-outs. Do you actually have any this week?
Yes, I do. I
Okay,
do. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but John got me a Nintendo Switch 2. I did mention it.
you did.
So I actually finished the Mario Kart World game, and I don't know if there's gonna be any new courses added. I hope there is, because there's only
Probably.
like, I don't know, 18, 20 of them, whatever. So shout out to Mario Kart World, and then I re-downloaded Pokemon Snap, the new one that they put on the Nintendo Switch, and oh my god, I'm having the best time. I am snapping so many Pokemon. I'm just having fun. I was doing it before the show.
Well, that sounds fun. We have not played the new Mario Kart together, have we?
You and I know.
Or all four of us. I love when the four of us get together and John schools us all, but it's still a lot of fun to
I don't like
slam
that you
some
say that, because
brewskis and
actually I'm a very good player.
yeah, you say that all the time, but then you're usually like in like 16th place or something. You're like, why am I the bullet again?
This is not true, you guys. I'm actually
Well,
really
stay
good.
tuned for our upcoming Twitch channel where we just play Mario Kart together.
Sick. What's your non-movie
My
shout out, Paul?
non-movie shout-outs. I've got three.
Okay.
So the new Rat Boys album, Sing Into an Empty Chair, the first great album of 2026. Check it out. Yes, their name is Rat Boys, but their lead singer is a girl, so don't look so disgusted.
Oh.
And they're from Chicago, and they're really good.
Wait, I feel like you have mentioned these before. Or maybe Katie did.
I don't know. There's lots of bands.
Rat Boys!
Then
Is that their
I
songs?
haven't actually.
Rat Boys!
They're not a punk band. I haven't seen Amber Glenn skate, and I'm not really familiar with Amber Glenn too much, but I saw a headline that was like, Olympic skater in trouble for comments about LGBTQ, and I was like, oh great, some MAGA chode in the Olympics saying something stupid. But what she was in trouble for is just being like super LGBTQ inclusive and like great.
Yeah.
So it's like, she's not in trouble for anything other than being awesome. And then it came out that she was also really into Magic the Gathering. So
She just
Amber
gets cooler and
Glenn,
cooler.
I love you. And then my third shout out, I think this is going to be a shout out for you too, because I've been getting pretty emotional this week. Justin fucking Verlander back in Detroit.
My pit's just I opened up my phone, Paul, and I go, John, is this real? And I boom, 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 boom down the steps, and he didn't see it. I broke the news.
You broke the news because he broke the news to me. He texted me.
Because it was after I broke it to
wow.
you, and I saw him pull up his phone to start texting you. You guys, we are beyond ecstatic. Welcome home, JV. Welcome home.
I started watching the Detroit Tigers in 2006, like JV's breakout season. So it has been 20 years of me following this team, literally half of my life. And one of the reasons I got into the Tigers was because of Justin Verlander. So him being back now, I don't get emotional about Instagram posts all that often, but just seeing him back in the Old English D or hanging out with Tarek Skubal, I am more excited for a baseball season than I have been in quite some time. So that's
I told
my
John,
third
I
shout
said,
out.
we are not skipping on tickets. We are going more this summer. We obviously try to go. This is for the listeners. We are frequenters of games, but you're gonna see us. You are going to see us. We're gonna have a Miller Lite in the sun.
We did a decent amount of games with each other last year, so let's do even more.
Yeah.
So I think those are my non-movie shout outs. We've said what we're watching next, and yeah, where are we on the internet?
Like, subscribe, rate our podcast. You could do that on Spotify. You can like our photos. You can like us on YouTube because we have a YouTube channel now. We're at Theme on Screen over there. Instagram is theme.onscreen. And we're on Letterboxd at Theme on Screen. And you can follow our movie watching journey there. And I already noticed that some people were watching movies and following.
Yeah, I noticed our friend Ray watched Call Me by Your Name after we talked about Call Me by Your
I know.
Name.
I hope you liked
So
it.
shout out Ray. We're gonna have you on the pod soon.
Shout out, Ray. All right. I
Yeah, I will
think,
see you
unless you
all
have
in 2
anything else,
weeks.
and I'll see you all next week. Bye, listeners. Have a good everything.